Hi everyone. I wanted to make you a brief PowerPoint presentation video that you could use for a resource, something that you'll be able to view and view again if you need, if you get stuck. I know your instructor has gone over some basics of PowerPoint, but I know sometimes when you get home, you need some type of resource to look back on. So I thought I'd just go through the basics of PowerPoint. I don't know your actual assignment, so I'm going to just stick with some of the basic information. If I don't cover what you need, you can always ask your instructor, or you can come into the library and see one of us if there's something that you need to do that I'm not going to cover. So let's go ahead and get started here. If you'll go to your Start menu, you will find your PowerPoint, and you will open it up. You want to choose a blank presentation. Once you do, it'll open up to this title page or slide. When you're working in PowerPoint, each one that you're working with actually is considered a slide. And you'll see this in the middle of the page, and you'll see this on the left side that you only have one slide. You have tabs across the top, and as we go through this instruction, I will cover information from each one, but I want to start with some of the basics. When this opens up right here, you're able to start editing right away, and it's very easy to use. Notice it gives you the instructions. Click to add title, click to add subtitle. Well, you do exactly that. Left mouse click, you just click, and now you have a cursor, and you're ready to type whatever it is for your title presentation. Obviously, it's going to be some type of title, but I'm just going to type basics right now. For the subtitle, could be your name, could be your class, could be whatever it is that you're doing. You will have that information that you add right there. So you have just made your first slide in PowerPoint. That's how easy it is to do. If you come up here to the Home button and click, it's going to give you a few more tabs to choose from and instructions. Two of the most important on this page will be the new slide, because you will need more slides for your presentation, and so you need to add another one. So if you click on that, it's going to give you options of different slides, and these are formats. Just as the one we just did gave you a spot to actually put a title and then a subtitle, you can see that on this one you would have a title and then a content area. So let's click on that so you can see what it looks like. This would be a spot where you could add another title, and then right in here you can add more content. That content can be pictures, it could be graphics, or it could be words. The choice is up to you. Anytime you're doing a presentation on PowerPoint, you're probably going to cover different topic areas. So let's say that this is the slide for your next topic area. So we will click here, and just to give you that idea, that's where you would put maybe topic area number 1. Again, it will be titled probably something different for whatever it is that you're doing. I just want to keep instructing you by using the main keywords. This area is where you're actually going to give your content. So whatever it is that you've chosen for your content, I'm sure you're going to have some facts and figures and information. So you're going to start adding information. Maybe you're going to add facts. Maybe you're going to add some figures. Whatever it is, the information will go in this box, and you can see that it already has bullets. This is just part of the format design. You work this way on the Home button by doing new slides and changing the layout if you need throughout your entire presentation. So you can add another new slide, and you'll see over here on the left 1, 2, and 3. Whichever one is highlighted, that's the one that you're currently working on. The next thing that I want to show you is how do you change the fonts or the colors or the size. Let's go back to the title page, and if you click on title presentation or whatever it is that you wrote, you can now take your cursor, hold it down, and highlight the words that you want to change. Once you do, this little box pops open, and you'll see that you can choose a different font. You can choose the size of that font. You can get smaller or you could get larger. And you can change the color if you're not happy with whatever you've chosen. Once you do that, you can see how easy it is to change the look of your presentation. You can do that with any words that you have typed. So you come down here, you can change that here just as well. Again, font, size, color. You can even bold it, and you can italicize it. You could underline it if you want. The choices are completely yours for how you want your presentation to look. The next button up here that we want to look at is Insert. With Insert, it means you're going to put something in your presentation. It could be a picture, it could be some type of shape, it could be more words, it could be word art. You can see there's a lot of things along this tab that you have available to you. Again, not knowing exactly what your assignment is, let me just show you the basics of putting a picture in, because anytime you're using PowerPoint, it really is a lot of images. So let's say we want to put a picture on your slide number 2. So you come up here, you go to Insert, you choose Pictures, and then you need to find your pictures wherever they are located on your computer. You might have to look for and figure out where pictures are at. Let's say that this is the picture you want. You find it, you click, you highlight it, then you hit Insert, and it's going to open up on the slide that you are working with. Now, this picture might be too large or it might be too small, so you need to size it accordingly to what you need for your presentation. Look at this current picture. You'll see that there's squares every so often at each corner and then each side. These squares you can use to actually resize your picture. You only want to do this from the corners. Notice if you hover over it, you get an arrow pointing both directions. You want to contain this on each of the corners. Once you pick one, it doesn't matter which corner, you'll click and you'll hold it down, and you'll be able to drag it to where you can make it smaller, or you can drag it and make it larger. Whatever it is that you need for your presentation. Once you've made it the size that you want, you can actually click in the middle of it, hold down, and you can move it anywhere on the page. So we're going to drop it right there and let it go. So now you have inserted your first picture, you've resized it, and you've moved it to where you want in place. The next section that we want to look at up here is the design section. This is what makes your presentations look prettier, look nicer. And PowerPoint has made that a little bit easier for you. It has already given you some designs that are already pre-made, and that's what all of these right here are. If you drop down this little menu, you'll see all the designs available to me right now, and if you hover over one, see how it changes on the page. You can see that it gives you a different background. It might have a different look. So it's just a matter of what you like, what looks good. Let's say I like this one. Well, you click on it, and now it has been applied to all the slides that you have. One thing to keep in mind when you're working on the preset designs is that you want to make sure that any information that falls over here that might cover the designs you might need to move. So for example, if this picture was over here before we added the design, and now that you see the design, you'd probably want to move the picture away so it doesn't cover the design. Also in the design, you might like this design with this little grass looking picture and these tabs, but you might not like the color. Well, that's okay. You can actually change that. Come over here and you've got a little drop down menu and it says colors. And all of this is just, you can hover over it. You don't have to click. And as you change the colors or you hover over them, you can see that the colors change on the page. So it's just a matter of you finding the color that you like. I'm going to go with that one. Once you do, you click on it, and now you can see the color choices you've chosen has been applied again to all your pages. Now, real quick, I can look at my title page and realize that I might not like this orange now that I have this yellow. So if you remember correctly, you click on it, you highlight it, and then you'll be chosen to where you can change colors. Now, the cool thing about picking a design in PowerPoint and changing the color scheme, these colors across the top right now represent colors that go with this color scheme. So you can actually choose something that will be kind of color compatible. You can see this yellow, the two yellows match. Or maybe you want to stick with one that's a little bit different, but it still goes with it. As you change your color scheme, anytime you change colors in font, that will be changing as well. Okay, the next section we want to look at is called transitions. Transitions happen between each slide. How do slides move from slide 1 to slide 2 when you're actually showing the presentation? And the best way to show this and then show you how to apply it is, let's go back to the home and let's go to slideshow. So I'm going to show you what the slideshow currently looks like. So we're going to select from the beginning, and the main slide's going to show up. And I'm going to hit the enter button, and it changes to slide 2, changes to slides 3. Okay? I'm going to X out of this and take us back to our main page. And now we're going to go back to edit, or transitions. Let's do wipe or split. It doesn't matter. You can choose any of these and I'll show you what it's going to look at. So let's choose random bars. And then let's come to topic 2 or slide 2 and choose random bars. Instead of having to go into each slide and do that, if you want the same transition throughout your entire presentation, you can look over here where it says Apply to All. Click on Apply to All, and it will actually do that for every slide. So now we're going to go back to Slideshow, and we're going to do From the Beginning. Now we're going to hit Enter. See how it changes from different slides? You have a different look. It just gives it a fancy way to go from slide to slide so it's not so boring for the people watching your slides. You also have animations to where you can have text or pictures come in. And so let's click on the picture. And let's pick animations. And again, you can choose anything that's on here. You can see what it's going to look like. If you click on wheel, it'll give you a preview, or maybe split, or fly in. So let's say I like fly in. Let's leave it there. So now let's go back to the title presentation. Go back to slideshow. This is how you can view it from the beginning. Hit the enter button. Okay, notice there's no picture. If you hit the enter button again, now your picture slides and flies in. So there's a lot of ways to make your presentation look fancy, but I recommend that you really work on the basics first, getting all your text in, your colors looking good, your fonts are good, and then worry about the transitions between the slides, and then your animations, anything with text or pictures that can do anything. Again, slideshow from the beginning is how you can view to see what it looks like. You also have a review button to where you can check spelling throughout your entire presentation. So those are kind of the basics. Once you're ready to save, you'll go to File and you'll do Save As, and you will save it as a PowerPoint so you can edit it each time. I realize that is a quick demo. It's a 15-minute demo and I have 20 seconds left. I just kind of wanted to give you the basics of how to work with PowerPoint. Again, you're welcome to come into the library and see, Paula or myself, those are your librarians, or anybody that really works in here. We can help you with that PowerPoint presentation. So I hope that this helped you today.